Give it a couple of seconds for it to catch up to all the places. And we're live. Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year, everyone. And welcome to episode 4, season 6 of the Level Up Your Wealth podcast. We talk about the gaming industry from a business perspective. One of your hosts, Marcus Howard. Mario couldn't be here this week. Again, it's New Year, a lot of traveling, but thrilled to have a follow-up conversation and bring back an awesome guest from one of the previous seasons, Matt Hickson, Mr. 99 Cent McFury himself. How's it going, man?
It's going good. Doing good. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you, man. Did you do any traveling?
Nah, I played it safe this year. I did enough traveling in 2024, going to Hawaii and Arizona and Florida twice. This year I'm pumping the brakes on that a little bit. Focusing on, goals like my book that I'm getting ready to talk about. Esports program, get into more schools, and just continuing to grow and pushing esports to our youth nowadays, because it's here. It's not going anywhere, and the opportunities are coming. So I want to prepare our youth so that way when that tidal wave hits, they know what to do and where to go.
Excellent. We'll dive into the book here shortly. Let's play a quick game of rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. All right. You're familiar with it. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, it's a tradition on the show that we play just a quick video game just to kick off the episode. So let me share my screen. If you're tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from. Happy to give you shout outs. We appreciate your support of the show. So we got our first 3. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be, oh, here we go. I was gonna say it's gonna be a real quick match.
All
right, got a tie there.
Yep, we knew that was coming.
Another draw. Yep.
Watch this. Got him.
Okay. Match point. I got this one. I got the next one. I believe in the heart of the cards.
Watch this.
Here we go.
Oh, he didn't do it. Okay. There we go.
Right. Matt won. He's 99 Cent McFury here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man,
did not disappoint.
Yo, paper. It's so funny. I call it paper rock scissor, and people laugh at me. They're like, "No, bro, it's rock paper scissor." I'm like, whatever. Tomato.
Whatever you call it. Right. Let's run it. So you said you went to Hawaii. Talk a little bit about that.
I did. I actually got in contact with Hilo University. They were interested in esports. So I got a chance to visit the campus, talk to a little bit of the staff out there to see what their plans are and what they're trying to actually do. And I think they caught wind of me because of how successful I've been starting previous college programs. My first with Kishwaukee University for 3.5 years. And then now I'm at the College of Lake County, starting up their esports program, which is awesome. Our first season, we made top 10 in nationals and everything that we competed in. So I'm very excited about that. Shout out to all my athletes and players. It's been a roller coaster, but the end game was great, and we're looking forward to next season. But that was pretty much it in Hawaii. Then I made some connections out there as well, just locally, and just expanding and networking and everything like that. So, and then of course, Florida, I was there for CEO in June, and then back again in July. So I've been trying to spread the word around my brand, my business, and what I do nationwide.
Excellent. Yeah, next time you get back to Jacksonville, man, I know you let me know in advance last time. It's probably
absolutely.
Next time for sure. If you get over to Tampa Bay, we'll connect.
Jaguar hat.
The Jaguars, right. But Mario, and ironically, I think he wasn't able to join us the last time you were here. But Mario lives in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. So I'm gonna definitely reach out in advance so that way we can all link up to some degree. But that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be sure to do that. Tell me a little bit more about your book, right? You've been working, this is your, I think I looked up, I think this is your seventh book.
Seventh book. I'm working on my eighth book now, actually, which I'm trying to push out. It's going to be based on a college prep book for high school athletes who want to get into esports, and giving them the steps and expectations that they need. Because a lot of them, if they don't really have any type of traditional sports background, they don't understand that it's more than just a game at a collegiate level. So
Yeah.
I'm putting that into a book and breaking it down for them, because I have to constantly, remind them and train them into good habits. So, but as far as my current book, Beyond the Screen, this book, all parents should have this if you have a child that games. And the reason why I'm saying that is because what prompted me to write this book is, on a regular basis, every year, whenever I coach, as I grow my program, getting to more schools, I have parents reach out to me on a regular basis. And they're asking me, hey, I have a child that's passionate about gaming. They're either talking about becoming a streamer while gaming or doing something in gaming, and they want to support them, but they don't know how. And there's not a lot of information out solely for parents to say, hey, we notice you have a child that's interested in gaming. Here's a guide to help you support and navigate through their journey. And that's where Beyond the Screen comes in. So I pretty much broke it down into chapters. It's in a book format, but it's not a book, meaning that you can open up the book, look at the chapters, and jump right into the one that caters to you. You don't have to go from page 1 to page 88. Just, you look at it, you be like, okay, I kind of have issues with communicating. Hop into that chapter, read it through, and it'll give you a guide step on how to navigate with that. But all parents should have it. Also, I talk to college athletes all the time. Every year I get the same request. They're like, Coach, can you talk to my parents to let them know that I'm actually getting a scholarship or tuition assistance for gaming? Or because most teens, not teens, but most college students work now. Hey, can you talk to my job and tell them I'm actually on an esports gaming team and this is actually legit? And they think that they're just trying to not work or change the schedule for whatever reason. And I'm like, no, I have a whole template on how that this is a real legit program. It's athletics now. And it just baffles me how to this day now it's still not as known nationwide, or globally it's pretty known, but nationwide here it's not a household name yet. I give it a couple more years before then. But this is what that book is about. It breaks down everything. And I made it in short content just because, like I said, it's written in a book format, but it's not an actual book. So there's a lot of cliff notes in here, breaks it down straight to the point. If you have any additional questions, my information is at the end of the book. You can reach out to me directly, because I know everybody's individually different and needs are catered to different. So, but this is just a guide to get you started. And then once you read that, if you want to pursue anything further and say, hey, I noticed I read your book, I like what you do, I have questions on my particular son, this is the career field that I think he's wanting to go to, how do I navigate through that? And then I do one-on-one clients, and I pretty much work with them individually to get them on the right track. So prime example, I have one kid is 17, wants to become a streamer while gaming. He's actually put me on knowledge because I didn't know we were up to faceless content now, and avatars instead of using your real face. So I'm like, I'm learning just as much as I'm teaching him how to do this. So talk to the parents, show them the breakdown of the outline. This is what we do. We meet twice a month based off his plan. If he sticks with it at 17, the average person takes about 5 to 6 years streaming, to get actual revenue where you can live off of. He's 17. By the time he hits 21, he's going to be set. So, I tell parents, the earlier, the better. As soon as you notice that they're interested and they have a passion for it, you got to get on it immediately. It's kind of what we do as parents anyways. You go outside, you play with your kids, he shoots a basketball. You're like, whoa. That's like the 5th 3-pointer you made in a row. Hey, we need to get you in a youth program. Same thing with esports. You know, they just overlook it because they're in a room just playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sit down and watch them just for a little bit, you're like, wait, did you just win again? You're like that's the 5th battle royale you got in a row? Hold up. You know, that's this is how you identify and see that your child has potential, you know, and it's the same thing. It's just with gaming now, it's a lot more fast paced. I understand parents. I'm a parent myself. I get it. You know, you might not understand it to the point of degree while you're watching them, but if it was one of us watching, we'd like, oh, hey, I need to talk to him. Like, we need to get you on board on the right track because you're actually really good at that. So Beyond the Screen is pretty much that's what it is. It's a guide for parents. It's a good starting point. It could be an end point as well. But every parent who has a child that games really, really needs this. I put some of my personal insights in there as well, on top of all the data and everything like that, because I'm a parent of 2 daughters now. So, like, I practice what I preach. It's literally in here to a T. And also another reason why I wrote this book is I kind of felt obligated to do so. You know, like, I know my daughters are set because they're in a position where I game. You know, I'm in a college, I have my business. Like, their milestone is they're good, but that's not fair. I shouldn't just give that opportunity to them because they're my daughters when I can just have the information out here, and those who want to invest in it can follow that same guideline, you know, as my daughters as well, and use me as a guidance or a coach for them also. So it's a must read. The way gaming is going now, it's not going anywhere. It's recession proof. No matter how the economy is doing bad, good, it doesn't really affect gaming in general. You know, as far as the logistics with companies, that's different, but it's not going anywhere. The digital era is the golden era right now still. Content is king right now. And, you know, what better way to get the kids started is through gaming.
I agree with you 150%, man. And that was some of the same inspiration for my book, is having some of those conversations over and over and over again, right? So it's selfless and selfish, right? You want people to know the information, but I'm sure you could also appreciate like not having to have the same conversations, right?
Yes.
Those level 0 conversations. You want to have like the level 2, 3, 4,
right?
Like the level 0 conversations all the time.
And it's the constant level 0s and 1s conversation.
Zeros
and
and
then
ones.
you come across some that are at like level 5 already. I'm like, hey, wait. Okay. Those are the ones you wanna you don't need to push them as much because they already understand it. You know, when I do my programs at the schools, out of like maybe 15 to 20 kids that I have at a time, a good 6 or 7 of them automatically get it, you know, and they understand where it's going, which is amazing to me. And then the rest, they're playing for fun because they enjoy it and whatnot. They get a little bit out of it when I do my teachings, but the 6 that are locked in, those are the ones when we go gaming afterwards. They come to me while I'm sitting down doing my cliff notes. Instead of gaming, they have additional questions on what I just talked about. And they were like, hey, do you do cryptocurrency? I'm like, my guy, you're 13. Like, how do you even know? Like, you know about that? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. So, you know, then I have those side conversations with them as well. But yeah, those the 0 to 5 conversations, those could be really, really good.
Yeah, I hear you. How long did it take you to put the book together?
It didn't take long, actually. Believe it or not, I love to write, and I'm at an age now where I tend to forget stuff. I'm not gonna lie, so I got to write down everything.
I hear you.
from a good idea to anything. You know, you should see my calendar. But whenever I write or I have a good idea, I write it down. Or like if I don't have a book with me or a pen and paper, I like text it to myself, and then I put it in writing later in the book. And then I did that
I send myself email notes, right? Like a one sentence email. Like, I need this link or this reference later. Hopefully I'll remember what the title was when I did go search for it. But I hear you.
So in general, like I had, from a note standpoint, if I scroll through my phone, a good 4 scrolls of content. So I copied it, put it in a Google Doc, and I was like, well, it's like 8 pages of content. So then I kind of just structured it. I was like, kind of already halfway there. I might as well finish it off.
Yeah.
And because of my previous books with Roblox readers, I already know the format and put it out. You know, that part didn't take long at all. Writing the content, it took me about a week. I'm very stubborn. So that's good for a business standpoint. Personally, maybe not, but like we call it persistent. So once I focus on something, I just keep at it until it's done. Don't bother me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm locked in until I get this done. And my goal was to have this one at least out by the end of this year of 2024. One of my goals for 2025 is to market this as much as possible. I'm doing short content on my social media platforms and pushing out more content on that. But it took me overall about a week and a half to write it, edit it, make sure it fits, and then publish it. Actually, you know, and that's really about it. And my second one will be coming out pretty soon. So,
yeah, that's dope, man. Get that all done in a week. For those of you who are joining us, just now joining us, this is Mr. 99 Cent McFury himself, Matt Hickson, author of the new book, Beyond the Screen. Again, he's here to answer some questions live, all right? He works with cyber athletes, as we call them, esports professionals, who are there, high school, collegiate. If you have children who have a passion for video games, who want to either make it into a career or want to potentially go to school for it, and you want to ask questions, now is the perfect time to do that. He's happy to answer those. If you have questions about self-publishing books, or coaching, all of that, Matt is a wealth of knowledge, and he speaks from lived experience, right? He is a former / current competitive player in the fighting game community. I'm sure several other games. He coaches esports at a college, and he has authored multiple books, and he's a parent of gamers. So he speaks from his lived experience.
Yeah, it's I practice what I preach. And I think, to be honest, that's kind of given me an advantage over a good portion of folks that are trying to do or are doing the same. I get questions like that all the time, like how did you get in contact with this, and how did you do this, how do you do this? And I'm like, well, I actually live it. You know, I have my business, I coach it, I compete professionally. I have a major competition at the end of this month, Frosty Fontaines. So like, and then I got another one this month with my Rocket League. We're competing in RLCS. So I've been practicing Rocket League like crazy. I'm actually getting better at it as well. So that is January 10th through the 20th. So I'll be competing in that with my athletes. So I mean, I live it, you know, and that's the best way to do it, is just to, you know, live what you're passionate about. You know, I was just blessed to be able to figure it out where I can make it as a living in multiple ways. And now that I'm doing that, I can show folks how to do it, who's interested. You know, I think that's what the benefit of my success thus far in a short period of time is, because of that. And the students can reach me directly. You know, I'm the CEO of my business, and everybody can get in contact with me, which is kind of like clout for a lot of the students and gamers. They're like, "Oh, you know him?" I'm like, "Yeah. I can give him to play Fortnite.
Let's coach."
Yeah, you know, and just message him, and you know, I'll play with him. So I think with this generation and with esports, a lot of the success you have to be a part of it, because it's so community-based driven that if they see you and they can reach out and touch you, whether it be digital or physical, it just gives it all the more value overall. So I think because of that, that's how I'm able to do what I'm doing now and be successful at it from what I've done so far.
Well, kudos to you for keeping it real, from speaking from experience, and kudos to you for even being like halfway decent competitive at Rocket League. My brother and I were playing Rivals last week.
Yeah, I was playing that too today, so I gotta add you.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
gotta play. We gotta play.
I've seen the streams.
Black Panther. I'm getting better. I've been watching a lot of videos. I was watching videos today, like just trying to
Yeah.
learn like the
So-
strategy, how to play each player is different, as you know.
So here's the thing, right? And this is a coaching tip too, and I do this for like fighting games, and I have to humble myself too. So I'm a Doctor Strange fan, right? Huge
Yeah.
Doctor Strange fan. I was like, oh, and he's a tank. I'm about to main him. Just because you want to main a certain character because you like them, that might not be the best character for you based off your play style. I'm like, I don't play tank. I don't even play tank in Overwatch. I'm a DPS. So there's no way I'm playing Strange in Marvel Rivals. I don't care how cool he looks, right? So I had to humble myself. I got so excited. I was like, oh, I'm about to play Strange, hands down.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing Hawkeye. Magnus, I'm starting to fall in love with Magnus a little bit. He might be my tank go-to, but I got to find my.
That's Malcolm's main. Yeah,
I'm DPS. I got to stick with DPS characters, you know. So, you know, just because you like something and they look cool and you want to learn them, you can learn them. It just may take a little bit longer to learn them compared to if you just pick a character that's your play style, regardless if you like them or not. Then you know you'll be good. So, but yeah, I love Rivals. Rivals is I'm interested to see where this goes because Disney got the money for it. So, for those who don't know,
when it all 50, 60 years of IP, right? Like lots of characters.
They got the money for it to keep the servers going, all that. Even if the game is dead, I believe it will still be thriving. That's how much money they have, you know. I give it about maybe summer of this year where they may start adding it into collegiate esports. I think they want to test out the ropes and see, you know, everybody's hyped about it. They want to see after, you know,
after the hype,
after
GTA 6.
Hey, when GTA 6 drops.
Right.
My thing is, speaking of that real quick, what's going to be the specs requirement to play it? Because the way that it's going to be running and everything that you could potentially do on it.
Yeah.
My laptop that I'm on now it's not going to run it. Not gonna run it, you know. And like
it's the same thing with Rivals, right? Rivals you can only play with a high-end PC or the current gen consoles. The
and
next
then
gen
I hope as far as like quality wise, because I don't know laptop wise or whatnot, like 1080 is dead. Like it's 4K. So I don't know.
Right.
I haven't been keeping up with that. I don't know if it's 4K laptop monitors, 4K, whatever, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be 4K requirement. Which will only
GTA 6 definitely.
Which would only like pretty much just help out the economy and all the other avenues anyways. They're like, when does GTA 6 drop? Okay, we got to make a laptop with 4K quality monitors, 4K quality TVs, 4K quality. So that game alone, I think, is gonna help the economy of, you know, the tech industry as far as making them play catch up because everybody's gonna play that. I can't even imagine the servers, man. Oh my god. Yeah.
It was the last one. 5 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know a bunch of games that one game.
That's what I'm saying.
Will run for 10 years.
So, yeah. But I'm excited about it either way. It's gonna be great.
All right, let us know if in the chat if you're going to be playing the GTA 6, you're planning on buying it, or if you play Marvels, let us know in the chat. Again, like your usernames. I'm playing regularly. I have to. It's like an investment at this point because before I was playing like a little bit of Dave the Diver here and there.
Yeah.
But you've got kids, but I've got younger kids who are always, you know, I'm always around them and investing time in them. So I don't have a lot of time to invest in games during the day and even at night. So these last 3 weeks, I've had to stay awake from like 9 p.m. to, you know, 11, 12, 1 a.m. In order to get time in on the game because that's the only time that I can do that.
I don't know how I even do it, right? To be honest. And I think what kind of helps with the curve of it is because, you know, I'm in gaming. That's all I really do. But people don't understand, like, when I game, it's with a purpose. I rarely have time to game for leisure. Like Rocket League, I'm playing because I'm the coach and I'm gonna, I need to get good so that way I can understand the game better, and I can move with them. Fighting games, I got a major coming up, end of this month. Like the only games that I play at leisure is literally like on my phone, and it's like Clash Royale, Marvel Snap. I'm getting ready to get back into Brawl Stars because they just had like $1 million prize pool tournament. Brawl Stars is ridiculous. Like this mobile gaming, that's a whole nother. We can have a whole nother episode of just mobile gaming, and that's like a sleeping giant. Like it's ridiculous how many teams and orgs there are in these particular games. But Brawl Stars just finished their National World Series or whatever the case may be, and I was like, man, I totally forgot about that game. But yeah, only mobile games is mostly leisure, and then I'm reading. For the most part, I have to balance out my psyche because I'm in front of the screen all day and if I'm not coaching, I'm doing stuff at the schools with my curriculum or practicing for a tournament or writing a book on this or even playing with my daughter on Fortnite. My daughter called me up, hey dad, you want to play Fortnite? Of course, let's play Fortnite. I'm playing with her friends. And so it's never ending. And then in the between of all that, somehow I manage to get sleep.
Doing better than me, man.
And work out. And just like it's just
you're never ending. You're doing it right. You're doing it well.
Yeah, it's never ending. And then and I'm just and then putting out fires on like other stuff and just and still look young in the process. So.
You coach. I know you talk to a lot of students, obviously, and parents.
Yes.
Have you had students come to you and say, like, I want to be professional. My parents want me to get a degree. So maybe we had this conversation last time we had you were on the last episode, but I still feel like it almost seems like getting a college degree is in direct conflict with being a professional in esports because of like when you age out, right? Like a lot of professionals, at least from what I've seen, and you're much more active in the space than I am as a professional player. I see a lot of folks kind of retiring at 23, 24, 25 for sure. So it's like you have to choose between investing 4 to 6 years in getting your degree or that same 4 to 6 years in being a pro player.
So cheat code, right? This is what I would do. I always put myself in a situation of what you just said, right? If I was going to college and my goal is to aspire to be a professional gamer, it could potentially be easier by going through collegiate because I have that background, structure, track record, whatnot. What would I need to go to school for so I don't get aged out or burnt out? Because that's a real thing. I would literally go into business. And reason being is I tell all my athletes this as well, especially now that college athletes can be sponsored. So I'm like, listen, guys, while you're in college, if you decide to go pro or go to an org, that's great. But what you're really doing is building up your resume for these 4 years or 2 years, if it's a junior college or whatnot.
Right.
Get a business degree. And you're pretty much going to do the same formula that rappers do, that maybe sports athletes do. It's the same formula where like you build up your notoriety through music, your movies, aka gaming. Yeah. And then when you're out of that, you take the people, your subscribers, your followers, and you turn that into your business revenue. So like how I would do it, if I was like, let's say, I'm top notch in college and fighting games, I'm in school, I would take business admin, right? And then I would do something along that's digital, whether it be like tech or social media, because it's not going anywhere, right?
Right.
I take that knowledge that I have, I become so good that I got 100,000 followers. Oh, I need to turn those into subs. Now I'm starting a channel. Now I'm starting to build my brand. Now I'm starting to make content. and go that route. Just like how athletes or like rappers, they make their music. Then after they die out of the music scene, age out, just like esports athletes, what do? They go
Right.
into acting, they do podcasts, same formula with gaming.
Yeah.
The only thing is, since it happens at such a young age now, they don't have the guidance or the experience in life. They're still trying to figure out who they are at a young age.
Yeah.
That unless you have someone like myself, I can show you because I'm doing it literally, you know.
Right.
But for them to do it on their own, that's the hard part. So my advice would be, some of my former athletes at my previous college, one of them has a 4.0 GPA, honors, graduated. I got one now. He's going to auto mechanic school, right? So that's good. That's a trade, right?
Great.
That's a trade. And then if he just happens to be on an esports org team, cool. That's extra. That's on the side, you know. I wouldn't solely focus on professional gaming as a whole because of that burnout that you get. And the retention isn't the formula that they have now. It's a performance based. So you could be top dog now, you have 2 or 3 bad games and you're out. You better hope you save that money and invest it accordingly, which this generation doesn't get taught. Or so, and that's what's not being talked about. But from a college standpoint, that's what I would do. You know, since I'm so active in the community and I know what's going on and everything like that, that's what I would do. I would go into business and take that college degree, or do something as a trade or something where I can take what I learned in college and immediately apply it as soon as I graduate, while still gaming in the meantime. Because that's what you have to do.
So you're saying like a degree that potentially can supplement or complement your passion for gaming, and especially if you want to build a business out of it, right? You want to make revenue from it. Then business, I think I agree with you. Business makes a lot of sense in that capacity, or from that perspective.
Yep.
Or if gaming for whatever reason doesn't happen to take off for you, you can still do something sustainable with it. Right. Exactly. On the topic of business degrees and esports, what do you think about the increase of the volume of esports degrees relative to the number of job openings in esports orgs in the US?
It's like a balloon loan, in my opinion. That's the best comparison that I have. I don't understand. If I'm gonna be honest, I think it's more of a cash grab per se, because it hasn't been sustainable long enough for that to make sense. Now, will we have them? We're gonna need them eventually. So I get the flip side of it. You might as well start doing it now. For example, let's say I go to a college that has an esports degree, right? Whatever that means. I don't even know what that even means, to be honest. I don't know what that. And I'm not trying to be funny.
No shade. Yeah. No, I hear you.
What does that even mean? But let's say I get it. I'll pocket it. Hopefully, I'm smart enough to be like, okay, I'll have some type of money where I can pay back that loan. Takes back 5 years, maybe, whatever. Boom. 20, 30 hits, and we figured it out. Esports, boom. Money. Oh, you best believe I'll be first in line. Hey, I got this degree.
Yeah.
You know, so I think right now it's more of a trump card. Mm-hmm. That's the best way I would see it as. Right now, it's not, and me personally, be honest, I don't think it's relevant. Unless you want to use it as a like a token and just say, hey, I actually went to school for this. Because I'm gonna be honest, whoever you're showing that to, they don't really know what's really going on with it, you know. Right. So like for me, nobody's ever asked me that. I just have the credibility of just doing it, and I'm in the college, you know. So that is actually smarter in my opinion, because you know, the internet is like your digital footprint. So You'll be put in the same position as everybody else with a degree. If I'm gonna be honest, if you came in with an esports degree, no experience, and then they just Google me and I got tons of experience, they're just gonna go right to me.
Right,
That's
exactly.
just the nature of the beast of it. So it depends on what you want to do with it. If you want to start your own business in esports, then I would go for the degree. But just to have it to go look for jobs
Mhm.
and companies, I don't think we're at that level yet where we would need to actually apply that. So, but eventually we're gonna need it.
Yeah, for sure. Just like we need social media management, right?
Yep.
Like most businesses are social media
Exactly.
enabled or supported or enhanced, just like
Yep.
most businesses are tech enhanced. So you
Exactly.
need technology degrees. But I agree with that. I think if you're going to start your own business, you need that
Yeah.
degree. And I would even go as far as say is like a lot of the fallout that we've seen, a lot of the failures we've seen in the space, because we've had folks who did not have business experience
It's all business.
or
Yeah.
business training.
Business training.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can get your little plaque with your certificate on it, post it up in your office.
Yeah.
It looks good. They're like,
Yeah.
we got a degree in esports. So
Right.
but other than that, I mean, like I said, right now we're still trying to figure it all out as a whole, which I believe we'll eventually figure it out. I think if everybody just sticks to what they do best, and I'm gonna use an old term is don't put the cart in front of the horse, we will be okay. Just find what you're good at, stick to it, master it, and then we'll complement one another when that role comes. That's where opportunities come out. So, like for example, I'll be doing more events upcoming month for Buffalo Wild Wings again.
Yeah.
So
kudos to you on that, man. Congrats. I
like,
remember you first
yeah.
got that opportunity
So
last year. I think last year, 2 years ago, maybe.
yeah, it was last year. I did. Yeah, last year. Man, the time
Yeah.
flies by. But yeah, I just reached out to them and said, hey, around this time of year, this is what they were like. Absolutely, just let us know. Doing whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So, but yeah, just anybody who's in esports, just pick something, stay in your lane, and then we'll just collaborate with each other when that time comes. I've seen so many people doing too many different things and it doesn't work, and I'm like, you haven't really tried this out to its full capability,
Yeah.
They just quick to just end it. And when the investor return on investment ain't what it is, and it's not good. But we'll get there.
Yeah. More advice, more gems here from Matt 99 Cent McFury. If you're joining us and you see folks are tuning in, let me know, and you can actually send it right in the chat. We can see your questions. Happy to give you a shout out and get those answers for you.
Yeah, if they got any questions outside of here too.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
Thank you for making yourself available.
Yeah, I'm always available.
Yeah. We talked about the esports degree program. You're a head coach.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? And maybe this is a loaded question, but what are your thoughts on the upcoming enrollment cliff and the impact on other esports degree programs? I think that you probably are an exception to the rule.
I've seen
for
it.
Itself.
Yeah, it's I've been reading a lot about it on LinkedIn too. I can only speak on my experience, but what I can say is from what I've seen myself so far and where I'm at, there's a lot of excitement around it, and a lot of enrollment is coming because of that. From the bigger colleges that I've seen, I really wish there's not a lot of us out here that actually are consulting. I think if a lot of the colleges consulted in someone, like, I'd be more than happy to do some consulting, because I've done it a little bit anyways. But even these major colleges, man, they put too much money into it without doing the research. And it just doesn't make any sense. And then you got to staff it, and then cutting, and then what's the real goal? If you're trying to get more enrollment, like most colleges do, there's a business term that It's called KISS. It's like keep it simple, stupid. It's pretty much like just keep it simple. You know, a lot of the junior colleges have to keep it simple because if they don't have the funding to put it in there.
The
So
budgets,
like
right?
I'm gonna be honest, like where I'm at, we pretty much got a closet. It's a room,
Yeah.
but that's all we need.
It's a short room. Yeah.
All we need is
Yeah.
land connection, and that's it. And we
Yeah.
made top 10 nationwide and where we were competing in Open Series this year. We didn't need nothing extravagant.
It's not about the space.
It's not about the space. It's about the community. I have actually I had 4 people reach out to one of my athletes who wanted to join the esports team just because of how much fun we were having. You know, overall, they just wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, "What you first?" They were like, "Coach, but they don't really play. They never played anything." I was like, "I don't care. I'll take whoever. Those are the best ones. I'd rather get somebody who's never played, so I can teach them good habits and not break bad habits that they may have from playing the game."
Right.
But it's a community, and I think they keep, as much as we say it, I think a lot of people don't realize that's not just saying it.
It's a real thing. It's like
a real
it's the foundation.
Right? It's not an acronym. It's
Yeah.
a real thing. Like when we say it's a
Yeah.
community, it's literally a community.
Yeah.
So you have to build that first, and the enrollment will come. You know.
Yeah.
So, but I think I've seen it's terrible. It breaks my heart every time I see like a college say they have to cut their esports program, because when they do, they're gonna have to bring it back.
Yeah.
Down the road, you know. So I'm like, oh, why did you? No, don't cut it, because eventually you're gonna have to get it back. You know,
It's like the PlayStation with the I hear they're bringing back the PS Vita.
I still got my PS.
My brother said.
I got my very first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Vita was cool. Yeah, I still got my very first PSP. Yeah, a Vita.
Yeah, Malcolm was like, yeah, they're bringing back PS Vita. I said, yeah, I think they're bringing back the PlayStation. They have a new product called the Portal. He said, no, it's the Vita. The Vita is coming back.
It's funny how that works, right? So like, just like fashion, like it always recycles itself. Even music sometimes recycles itself.
Yeah.
I didn't think technology would either, but now like retro gaming, even some of like the newer games that you see, they're like, oh, we don't need top notch graphics. You know, we'll use Unreal Engine, but we won't use it till its full capacity. We'll 32 pixels fine. I just needed to do this.
Yeah, what is it? The Diver, I think, sold like 5 million units, right? And it looks like a Nintendo, like an NES game.
Right. So, you know, but colleges overall, man, I just wish they would do the research to find someone who's done it or is interested in doing it, so they can say, hey, we don't need all that. We're not even there yet. We don't even have a list of students yet that are interested. That's what happened at my the college that I'm at now. The athletic director, the president there, her son was doing esports. So the president knew about it. She was like, why don't we have an esports program? And the athletic director was like, what the heck is that? And then they found me. So they were like, here, do the same thing you did over there here. And
right.
Cool. And then, that's as simple as, I can tell them, oh, no, we don't need, we just give me a room, long as there's land connection.
Land connection in a room,
I got a supplier. We get custom PCs made, because these ones right here, these ain't it. Buy them custom made. Boom, we're good. That's it. So I just wish there was, I don't know who's the one that's doing it. I'm gonna be honest. There should be an esports, I don't know what you want to call it. They got IT at college, but like an esports IT person, because it's not the same.
It's not the
Just
same.
because somebody's in IT, don't mean they understand what's needed and what's required of like the esports to keep it flowing. So now granted, if they're a gamer, they would know, but that's far few between from my experience that I've seen from the college level. You in IT, do you do like, no, just cybersecurity, and so there's very few that actually are in IT that understand and play esports, but they need to have somebody on there to pretty much guide them. So anybody listening that's at a college and IT wants to, like, I'll do that. Marcus can do that. Like, we know, we have the ins and outs. No, hey, no, you don't need $100,000. No. Now, if you got it, and you need to spend it.
room in $5,000, right?
You can add that to the salary here, or you can use that towards marketing. But we don't need to spend $100,000, $200,000 on a 1,200-foot facility with stairs and a stage. No, we're not there yet. No, we're not.
Yeah, right.
We just need something.
Cart before the horse. That's what happened to, what was it, Arizona State University. I think they had $1 million facility, and then they had like 25 kids.
Like, who approved that? Like, that's another thing too. That's a whole nother conversation. Like, who approved that? Who sat there and said, "All right, this makes sense. This makes sense. Let's do it." Like, I don't know, but if they got that money to just trial and error like that, okay, well, you can send that my way. But
you'll take care of them.
I'll take care of all that, but yeah, it's they'll get it, man. It's I'm starting to see a lot of more community colleges, junior colleges get on board, which is great. I think we're going to be the ones that will be okay, and it's good for enrollment, because every 2 to 3 years they filter out a good portion of them. If I would be honest, I would say anywhere between like 35-40% transfer to a 4-year college. So that looks better on your end. Say, hey, I got athletes that are coming towards you. Do y'all have esports?
You're part of the talent pipeline.
How do you not have esports? Okay, y'all need to get esports, because every year I can filter out a good portion of athletes coming your way that have the experience, that are good, makes your college look good, makes enrollment look good, So that's the ecosystem. We're stay in your lane that I was mentioning before. That's how I would do it. But overall, they just need to stop spending money frivolously.
We'll see. It looks like we just rinse and repeat from the professional ecosystem, man. We no lessons learned. I don't know, man. It just blows my mind, man. Like I just like the one I was mentioning before with the esports arena at the Six Flags. Yeah.
Crickets. Like I don't
missed opportunity.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I would see how. I need to check on how they're actually doing. That's here no there, but somebody missed opportunities.
Back over to your book. I want to just help people get some more insight about both your book and your journey making the book. You said it took you about a week to write the book. Is that right?
It took me about a week. Now, granted, because I had a good 30-40% of the book already just archived. So just kind of like I have my curriculum, like that's a good idea. Archived. Right. Hey, oh yeah, I got something. And then I apply it. So with the knowledge that I have in my archive of just stuff, there could be like a third version of this already, because of that.
So you have your notes, and it took you a dedicated week of writing. So I'm not saying that you did it all in 1 week. Obviously, you've been stockpiling your notes and organizing your thoughts. From that point when you have it all written, what's the timeline from there to that book that's in your hand? Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months?
Not at all. It's thanks to Amazon, it doesn't take long at all. So the reason why I even put it on Amazon is because I just want to get the content out there. That's it. Because the longer you sit on it, there's always new information. So depending on what you're putting out, what you have here could be outdated by the time you actually get on the show, and you missed your opportunity to capitalize the audience when you had their attention. So I just want to get the books out. So with Amazon, all I have to do is write the content, format it, margins, all that, and upload it. And that's it. And then it takes about 72 hours for it to get approved. It may get kicked back and say, oh, your font doesn't meet the certain margins. I was like, so I got to shrink it a little bit. Or, I forgot the page break, that type of thing. But once you put it on Amazon, it's like that, 72 hours max. And then I have a staff that does my cover art. So that takes the longest, depending on how many commissions that they have to do it or whatnot. But other than that, once you write it, Amazon KDP upload it, takes 48 to 72 hours. Once it checks off all the boxes, they do the whole AI thing to make sure, that type of thing. They even ask, if you use it, and they still check. So which is awesome. And then
no, it should be. That's what we should see, that across all art, written content included.
Absolutely. And then that's it. And then once it's out, it's out. So I do that. That's why I've gotten to be able to do that so much. And then I do short content. So, another cheat code. We live in an era now where everybody's short reels content, 30 seconds, 45 seconds a minute. I'm not writing a book that's like this thick.
Right.
Who has time to read that? My audience don't have time to read that. Nobody.
Yeah.
So everything
my audience doesn't have time to read that. Why would I write that?
All my books are less than 100 pages.
Yeah.
That's why I said this isn't a guide. So you don't have to read it from page 1. You can be like, okay, let me look at chapter. Yeah, I do kind of need to support my child's gaming interest. Let me see what that's about. Go to page 36. Okay, cool. And you can apply it immediately. That's where we're at. There's a little bit of history. I don't really want to go into history. Nobody really cares at this point. It's just, that's just where we're at. So like
that's where we're at. You're right. There's so many books that cover esports history, and
right. Again, nobody cares. I'm just gonna say it.
Ton of respect to everybody who was part of the genesis and all the growth.
Like nobody. I mean, we're not even there yet.
Yeah.
Like. When we get there, okay, cool. We need to write a history, and then even that's wrong, in my opinion. But it's a whole nother conversation. But nobody cares. I'm not saying that to be mean or nothing like that. It's just
the reality
that we're in right now. Content, short reels, books. All my books are gonna be like this.
Yeah, unless you're an esports historian, like what's the practical use of knowing the history cover to cover
and
like that?
And that's it. So but
I think that's smart for you, right? That you don't have any fluff. It's just exactly what people need. You recognize your audience, and you're catering to what they need and what adds most value to them.
Exactly. And I wouldn't have known if they didn't come to me. I didn't just make this up and then create this audience and convince them that they need it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not a magician. I'm not doing that. Like, everybody keeps asking me these same questions. You know what? I'm just write a book. Is every I already know the answer before they even ask. They're like, hey, can I talk to you? I have a son that, what does he play? He wants to become a streamer. Got you. And that's it. So, and then books are the way to go, in my opinion, anyways. As much as we're in the digital era, like something that's hard copy, the information is there,
Yeah.
So it can still get lost digitally.
Yeah. What do you think about potentially doing? I don't know. You talked about like reels or TikTok short form video, like I don't. You've got 13, 14 chapters.
My book.
Yeah. Book?
So what I'm doing is I'm doing short reels already.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask you.
I've done 2 already.
Okay.
And then I always end it with like, hey, be sure to get your copy, with a smile and everything like that. So like, I'm already.
You already know that. Yeah. You already know what's up. Yeah.
That's my goal this year, is to just make more content, because people tell me all the time, like, dude, you should be streaming. You should be. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do it, but now I'm at that point where like I don't care. It's all valuable. Like I said earlier, this is where we're going. I have the information. Why not? I can reach a global audience of what I know. So that's where I'm at. So my goal right now is I'm doing a 30-day trial where I'm putting out content every day for 30 days. Because after that, anything after 30 days is a habit now. And it's part of your lifestyle. So once I break that, I'm good.
Yeah, it'll be second nature. You do that.
Second nature, exactly. So, but absolutely, reels, content. I've been uploading more clips since I've been gaming. I've been uploading clips on my YouTube channel. of just me scoring in Rocket League, Marvel
Yeah.
Rival highlights, everything. I'm just throwing it out.
You know, Marvel Rivals lets you download the clips to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that till like 3 or 4 days ago. Malcolm and I were playing. I was like, yeah.
Another
a highlight only allows you to like share it to TikTok, but there's I forget what it's called, favorites tab, and then you can download. There's multiples of them. You can download them directly to your computer.
Or you can just do what I do. Like when I play on my computer or PC, it has a built-in game bar because it's like Microsoft. So I just hit the button and just record it there and save it and whatnot. But the fact that Marvel Rivals has that is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I'm getting into it. Getting in the, I'm done. Just like, I'm not doing that. Yeah.
You
got to.
Yeah,
I got to.
I'm trying to get there, man. You know, there was one
hard.
point. I think there was 2021, like right before LinkedIn gave me the top voice, whatever the thing was. I was producing maybe creating is the term, like 2 posts per day every day for like a year. And at first I wasn't doing it, I had to work up to that, but then like you said, it became a habit. It's just like, oh, I'm just going to share some quick thoughts, 3 or 4 lines, post, make sure it's even though I was producing quantity, focus on quality content.
Exactly.
And so I think that philosophy in my head, that philosophy should work for video, but like the execution of that is just intimidating.
That's the part. And then for me, I'm a perfectionist, but I'm not a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I'll have the content made in like 30 seconds, right? Because I'm like, I got it written down. I got, and then it take me 2 hours to finally put it out. I don't like how my gray hair is hanging from like what? Like, man, just put it out.
2 hours to edit a 45-second clip.
Oh man. Oh, so I'm starting to get over that. I'm like, this is not a modeling agency. Just put it out, bro. Just put it out.
Right. It's the content you're delivering is more important than like how
exactly.
you deliver it.
But I get it. We're human, so it's like it's kind of hard to like. I'm like, is that something in my teeth? Like, I got to redo the whole video. Like whatever. Just put it up. So
yeah.
And I'm starting to enjoy
the
it
next
too.
one. It's a muscle memory thing. Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Like another cheat code. Like I'm starting to enjoy doing it, and that helps. It's one thing when you got to put it out just because you're trying to keep up with the time and we're in a digital era and everything. But it's another thing when you like enjoy doing it or starting to enjoy doing it. That's when it gets fun.
Yeah.
Like I got my next one that I'm finna do tomorrow, and it's gonna be hilarious. I got a couple other ones. So before I go to bed, I try to like keep it up. I'm like, I need another one. I need and then I'll reference my book. Yeah. So, but it's a lot of work. I see why folks get paid what they get paid to do it. At first, I didn't understand it. I was like, charging how much? What? Yeah. But I didn't understand. But now I actually do. So that's where back when it goes to those college degrees, that is something that editing content,
media content editing, yeah.
And even though we got AI and all those apps and everything like that, it still can't do a lot of the top tier stuff that you actually see. You still need somebody to do it. I'm going to start vlogging pretty soon also. That's what I was going to start doing. Vlogging, do a little vlog cam. When I do my tournaments and have my sponsored players go out and compete, I did a little bit last year on my phone, but I was like, I need to really get an actual.
You got to step it up.
Yeah, I got to step it up. So.
We got a few more minutes here before we finish up the show. If you don't mind, again, if you'll just talk through some of the chapters in your book. I know you don't have to read all of them, but 3 to 5.
So a lot of one of the most important ones I think is going to be is chapter 8, which is addressing concerns and misconceptions, which is huge. And I address that from a parent standpoint and from a business standpoint also, because that's a lot of the reason why parents can be a little bit 1 foot in, 1 foot out when it comes to this, because of all the misconception that goes around, and negativity tends to spread a lot faster than positivity. So I address those concerns. I understand that some of them are real when it comes to like addiction and some of the red flags identifies, but at the end of the chapter, I explain if you go through the other chapters and go through those outlines, chapter 8 would be null and void because you've already implemented, setting healthy boundaries, building a safe gaming environment, gaming with family activity. Like you'll get to chapter 8 and be like, I don't see that at all. And I'm like, yeah, because you did these other steps.
Right.
So
right.
That's one of the major ones. The future of gaming is another chapter that's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just because even if you're not into gaming as a parent, at some point you're going to have to understand a little bit about it because it's not going anywhere. And it's going to get to the point where it's just in your face. Like, they got Netflix gaming or Netflix esports, it's going to be in your face somehow, some way,
Mm-hmm.
and you were like, whoa, esport, wait, that sounds familiar. Oh, my son might be into that, so you're going to have to keep up with it. Plus a lot of not regular companies, but like a lot of bigger companies are starting to get into the gaming as well.
Yeah.
I was in a grocery store.
Non-endemic, more traditional brands.
Yep. Minecraft and stuff was Call of Duty on cereal boxes. Like,
yeah.
Like, what? And I was like, oh, that's actually cool. But I was like, when did that happen? So it's going to be, you're going to be seeing it in your everyday life at some point. You go to certain gas stations back when Pokemon Go was popular. You can get a legendary Pokemon at the Shell gas station if you get gas. So, they're implementing it in your everyday life. So by default, you're going to eventually know, you're going to have to know where the future lies in it as well. And I truly believe down the road too, like sports. So I follow a lot of sports. They're going to have to implement esports on a regular basis on like ESPN and all these other channels. I give it about, like, mark my words, I give it about like 5 or 6 years, because like the NBA ain't doing too good. Like a lot of these traditional sports ain't really doing too good.
Yep.
And they're going to need something new and innovative. It's almost going to be like how they try to implement like those extreme sports and stuff like, like that's on like ESPN Ocho or whatever, like, but you got to, it's going to be mainstream. I think Rocket League is going to be the first one, right? Because they've already been on ESPN for a little bit. Rocket League is going to be the first one. Because Rocket League is king. I don't care what anybody says. For longevity, esports wise, after playing it and after seeing it in action with my athletes and competing, Rocket League is king for esports. Reason why I say that is because although the numbers may show, and money wise, like CSGO, League of Legends, all that, that's catering towards actual gamers. Rocket League is an actual sport because it's really soccer with cars.
Right.
So that's why it was presented on ESPN, because it's like, oh, this is an actual sport.
Everybody knows the rules.
Soccer with cars.
Yeah.
Call of Duty won't be on there. CSGO won't be on there. There's that F1 racing that's been on ESPN. Like, that's going to be those that actual traditional sports that is gaming. They're going to be, in my opinion, like king to get it on a broader scale for the general populace to know. And then when you look into it, you'll see the other games like Call of Duty, fighting games, but Rocket League, F1, those two are going to be the ones I believe that's going to get the general populace on board down the road. As far as like the older crowd, not the younger crowd, I get it. I'm talking about the older crowd.
The older crowd who don't get it.
The ones that are sitting at the bar and there's 12 TVs on, and you're like, oh, what is this racing car game? What the heck is this? And then it's like, is that a soccer ball flying around? And then, wait, don't my son play that? And then the next they're looking on, oh, they actually got orgs and teams. Hey, Bobby, come here. Like, won't you play this game? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's where I see the connection between esports and everything like that from a broader scale. Because these other games, it's like first-person shooting games. Maybe Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals. That'll be Marvel Rivals if they play their cards right because they own ESPN. So like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
They
saying?
got
So,
distribution like nobody else.
they can make ads all of a sudden out of nowhere. So don't be
Yeah.
surprised I see that. You know, that'll be like I'm calling that out. You're gonna be watching
They're
something on
playing with
ESPN,
house money.
and yeah, you're gonna see a Marvel Rivals commercial. You'll be like, oh, so
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. They got a lot of potential. I played it like the first day after I played it. I guess like the 2 days after it launched. I said I think this is a strong contender. It might even be the multiplayer game of the year for 2025. Right? They're doing a lot of things right. They've got 4 new characters that are going to drop next Monday. I think Fantastic Four.
And it put a fire underneath all those other ones like Overwatch, and they're starting to drop more DLCs of Airbender.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, they're dropping a lot all of a sudden. Just
You saw Fortnite. It was like a week later had that new 5v5 mode. Like everybody knows what time it is.
They got to catch up. Fortnite's smart because you can't patent 5v5 or anything. So they're like, hey, when we add it, because I played it, they got a first person mode. I was like, oh, so I'm popping off. My daughter's like, why are you good all of a sudden? I said, because I'm playing Call of Duty right now. But it looks like it's Fortnite. They got first person view. Yeah, I'm good. But that's another one. Fortnite ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. It's cold. It's Fortnite did it right. If I'm gonna be honest, Fortnite did it right because it's culture.
Yeah,
they added everybody. You know, Travis Scott has a concert on Fortnite. You know, like what? Like they did it right. You know, so where they take it from there, I don't know, but they did it right. I'm surprised they don't even do leagues like they do everything else. You know, they got their weekly tournaments, but like I'm talking about from like a major. They did like leagues, like a Fortnite Cup league where teams all over the country compete, kind of like what they do with Street Fighter, and they have series.
Right.
If they do that, man, that would be the viewership. My daughter would enter. She was like, "What? Like, yeah,
shit. Why not? It's down the street."
Right.
Yeah. I hear you. So before we go, can you let everybody know, where they can find you and support you, where they can find the book? How much
absolutely.
So all of that, man.
Beyond the Screen. It's on Amazon. If you go to Amazon, type in Beyond the Screen. It's like the third book down. It's the only one in the gaming category. But as far as social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I'm doing them all now, minus X. I still haven't. I got an account on X, but I don't want to delete that one X. Like they just be saying whatever, and I'm like,
right.
That paper trail is nasty. So I'm not. If you tag me in it, I'm cool. I may like it, but I'm not responding because next thing you know, I'm like, what? Like, no, I'm good with that.
Right.
Facebook, Matthew Hickson, Instagram, Matthew A. Hickson, gamersglorified.com, 99centmcfury.com, and hopefully in due time you might see me in a school district near you. So
all right, man. Well, the sky's the limit for you this year and into the future.
Sir.
Thanks for all the work you do for the culture, for the esports ecosystem, for parents, for student athletes. I look forward to getting a copy of your book. I look forward to everything else you're doing this year.
Thank you, man. And I'll keep you in contact, especially when I'm back in Florida. I'll give you a month in advance because I know you be moving and shaking just as much as I do, and you got things going on, and it's great. I'm surprised. This is just me just rambling.
Yeah.
But like last year I did like an esports retreat for like my athletes and stuff like that. I rented out a Lakeview property and it was like 10 to 12 of us. Good food, good time, gaming, streaming.
Yeah.
We need to do something like that to some degree. If it's in Florida, like, I mean, you know what I mean? So like I'll figure something out.
Yeah, keep me posted. Not next week. It's supposed to be 10 degrees in Florida next week. So definitely not next week, but into the future. For sure.
Wow. It's I don't know what it is right now. It's like 20, probably feels like 4 or something like that. But
right.
Well, no, it gets cold. But man, it hadn't got cold like that in Florida in a minute. And that's not by the beach either. That's just
That's just across the board. So we got some stuff to move. Hopefully it doesn't rain that week, because otherwise it's gonna be snow, and Florida's not built for that.
I remember I was a child when it snowed in 89, 88. I forgot, one of those years where it actually snowed in Jacksonville and it was like snow on the ground.
Yeah.
So, but the snow is never fun.
Yeah.
Fun to look at, but
yeah. Fun if you're a kid, and fun to look at if you're an adult, but not
right.
fun to have to walk through, drive around, or
and that age catch up on you too. It's like, oof.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I'll definitely let you know when I'm back in town, and I'll reach out once I have some more exciting news on esports. So
dope. Well, until then, man, let's see if we can connect on the game, Marvel Rivals.
Yes, sir.
Have a great week. Thanks for your time.
I'll message you with my tag so I can add you.
Okay, that's what's up. And everybody, thank you for joining us again this week. We will see you again next week. Until then, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Peace.